and just give it up. I used to go on my knees and beg and start to pray. Now it's safe to say, me not gonna make them kill me. I gonna dance in the face like that. I'm whining my waist like that. See me not gonna make them kill me. Dance in the face like that. I'm whining my waist like that. Oh, it's a blessing, and it's a blessing, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, yes, it's the best thing. I may not be right for you, but I'm right for somebody. It's a blessing, it's a blessing, it's a blessing, yes, it's the best thing. I may not be right for you, but I'm right for somebody. Yeah. It's a blessing.
WEFM. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All righty, so we are back with you for another Activated Mornings program here on WEFM for a brand new week. I think it's Holy Week, though. I think it's Holy Week, I call it. Peejohn morning, it's Holy Week, right?
Good morning, yes, it's supposed to be Holy Week.
All right. So in studio, you have Dianna, Cain, and myself, Roleza Samuel, and already on the line, we have Mr. Peejohn. So Peejohn, over to you for this morning's commentary.
Yes, good morning to both of you. And my question today is it time to fully legalize ganja in St. Vincent and the Grenadines?
High grade.
I'm reading a quote. I am not afraid to say that I support the legalization of marijuana. This is according to the need of the opposition, as quoted in the Vincentian newspaper on Friday, 11 April 2025. The same publication also quoted the Prime Minister as saying that the international legal framework affirms that to possess marijuana is a criminal offense, even as it makes exceptions for small quantities. So we have a situation while the NDP is calling for the complete legalization of cannabis, the ULP supports the position held by the International Convention on Narcotics. Which of the parties should we support on this issue? I would like to support the position held by the NDP. It's time to legalize ganja in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. For years, cannabis has been a part of our culture, used for medicine, spirituality, and recreationally. Yet, instead of benefiting from it, we have criminalized it. Young people are still being arrested for possession of relatively small quantities of the herb. Families have been torn apart, and meanwhile, other countries are reportedly turning ganja into a lucrative industry. Legalization would also mean economic growth. SVG has the perfect climate and experienced farmers to build a strong, export-ready cannabis industry. This could create jobs, bring in foreign investment, generate government revenue that could be used to improve healthcare, education, infrastructure, etc. It could also have some impact on the justice system. Too many lives have been damaged by outdated ganja laws, and legalization would reduce unnecessary arrests, ease pressure on our courts, and give people a second chance, especially those from poor and marginalized communities. Culturally, it is also about respect. For Rastafarians and many others, ganja is sacred. It's a sacred plant. Legalizing it is a step toward recognizing their rights and honoring our diverse traditions. And medically, science supports what many already know. Ganja can help treat pain, anxiety, epilepsy, and more. Our people deserve safe, legal access to stress-free benefits. To these benefits, sorry. In this regard, Vincent should welcome the Medicinal Cannabis Authority. In short, legalizing ganja is good for our economy, our justice system, our culture, our health. The time has come to change. The time has come to legalize ganja in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And ladies, that is my rant for the day.
Yes, that's of the week hot. All right. Thank you very much, Peejohn.
All the best.
All right, to you as well. Thanks. All right. So, yes, we are back with you for another Monday morning here in beautiful SVG, where the air is always clear, where you could get high off of the air. All right, that's me.
Come on, Roleza.
All right, so yes, we are here with you. All right, so before we could even get our thoughts in, let's hear from Joshua. Joshua, good morning. Joshua?
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm coming high.
All right.
But not on what Peejohn is thinking. The winds are gusting so high here this morning. You think they must have been sniffing some of that stuff Peejohn talk about. Now, Peejohn, I would agree with you 100%, provided that all Vincentians are going to stay island-bound and not leave St. Vincent. Because, for example, if you come to Bermuda and you get caught, you can't say, well, look, it's legal in St. Vincent. It doesn't cut you at all. So, Dr. Friday, think of it seriously, unless you're thinking of isolating St. Vincent altogether. Go ahead, knock him dead. Because to me personally, I don't smoke. I don't smoke, never smoke weed or anything like that. But if you legalize it, you have to make sure all of you people stay in St. Vincent. Again, I support Dr. Gonzalez on this. You have to look at the global effect or impact. Mm-hmm. So have a great day. And Anita, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, Joshua. All right, so kiddos and teachers, it's back to school for you today, but it's a short week, all right? I ain't gonna rub it in too hard, but it's a short week for many of us, all right? And as we said, it's Holy Week. I suppose one of the questions that we do have to ask is how many persons do observe the traditions or what was done in the past with regards to Holy Week in particular, because even Dianna and I will have to question if it's actually under the name Holy Week, right? So that's to tell you where we stand. All right, but yes, trust that everybody had a great weekend. And Dianna, over to you. How are you?
Good morning. I am feeling all right this morning. Good to be back. It's Monday and I already came out here. You saw that beautiful the sky this morning. I didn't get to take a picture, but I got to see the just where the sun is rising this morning. It was so beautiful. And then I came down here, I could see the beach. Water is nice and calm and looking amazing, and people are already on the beach. And then I saw this cruise ship. I'm like, wow, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else unless it's another Caribbean island. I mean, come on, it's beautiful over here. And if you think I'm trying to make you jealous or trying to bring you here, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. We'll see, but.
And then it's also Easter week. Well,
yes.
And so it's Friday, Good Friday. And I always find around this time, it's really, really pretty. Like the waters are exceptionally pretty. Maybe it's because the place is also dry. I don't know if just the blue of the sea highlights everything else. But yeah, it's really pretty on the outside. And we just have to give some thanks for that. All right. Yeah. I notice it's not as windy though, because I know around this time of the year is when you have kite flying and all of that happening, but it's not as windy. So I don't know if kite flying is still happening. I know some weeks ago, it was tremendously windy and we weren't complaining because we know that there was going to be a time when the winds weren't blowing as much. But I just find for this Easter period, it hasn't been as windy coming closer to the Easter weekend itself. But yeah. All right, so Dianna, what are your thoughts? Legalize it.
Come on.
Yeah,
Peejohn, I'm trying to think about me can't just songs and not coming to my head. What's this? Oh. Yeah, man, I agree with Peejohn. I am all for the legalization of the herb because why was it even illegal in the first place? But I'm gonna let
because international states have said so.
Yeah. Coming back. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I saw on the news this Canadian-based Vincentian. They charged him with $67 in court for he had marijuana at the airport.
He brought it in.
AIA. I think that was a waste of court's time, to charge a guy $67. They probably could have just given him a ticket and let him go to the courthouse and pay it instead of go to court or just for $67.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, the law is the law is the law still. So, and $67 is minimal to in relation to everything else. So,
he should have been charged more than that if it's such a big deal. Tell him $1,000 or something like that. But to go through all that process just for $67.
The law is the law, Queens. The law is the law. All right.
You know what to remind me one time? You ever hear about jaywalking?
Yes. Vincey's do it on a regular. Tell me.
What's that? What it is? If you know what it is. What it is?
Where you're not walking on the crossing. You're just walking arbitrarily across the street. Not using the crossing.
You don't have traffic lights. You don't have traffic lights in St. Vincent. So it's they don't walk and you walk across while they don't walk. So I got a ticket from a police and I had to go to court. I spent all day in court from 9 o'clock in the morning till almost 4 in the evening, plead guilty and paid $10. And so that's a waste of my time there. I could have just given a ticket, let me go to a courthouse and just pay the $10 and that's it. And you have to go to stay in court all day.
Yeah, but I sure you would think twice again about doing it, not because of the fine that you had to pay, but the time that you had to waste.
No, I do it all the time still because police will be right there and people walking across and police don't do nothing. I think they have since dropped the law. The law has since been overturned. But before that, people will be there, police will be right there, and people walking and don't give them no ticket. It's a lot that's on the books that sometimes, there's laws on the books that don't be followed. It was something like that.
All right. Okay. Well, all right. All right. Thank you, Queens. All right. All right, Dianna, your thoughts in a minute, I suppose.
Yeah. It's interesting that one is saying to legalize it and the other one is saying there are certain things that can't allow us to legalize it at the moment. So I really am waiting to have a little bit more clarity as it relates to this one. Should we? No, go ahead. Okay. All right. But I am definitely all for the legalization of the hub. I would not want to see us, if it is legalized, if we do get through to legalize it, I would not want to see us just abusing it per se, like just have it any old how, to put it like that. But I am most certainly not going to say no to the legalization of the hub. Peejohn, everything that Peejohn listed there is true. And it's, the medical people have proven now that the hub is good for medicinal purposes. I can't think of, we will take it something, we're going to continue this for now. But for now, we'll continue this later. But for now, I'm going to stay right there. Yes, legalize it.
All right. So I do have to acknowledge that we do not live in a vacuum. St. Vincent and the Grenadines does not exist in a vacuum. So when it comes to the international laws, etc., and the spill-off effects of it, I can understand that, right? In terms of not fully legalizing it. But I suppose, is it a case where we really are trying to legalize it for, because as it stands right now, so we have medicinal, and for me, it was a little bit hypocritical in terms of talking about bringing in it in a medicinal sense, because of the fact that for years Rastafarians, etc., have been talking about the medicinal benefits of it, and it seems as if things are okay once government puts their stamp of approval on it. So that for me was what is a bit hypocritical, right? But I suppose the other thing of it is recreational, and then one of the things that persons tend to say with regards to recreational use is that it's going to encourage persons, especially young people, to use it. Listen, in Vincy, just about all of us know we could find weed. All right. It is not difficult to find weed here in SVG. So if young persons are going to get their hands on it, they're going to get their hands on it anyway, right? What I think it is that if there is going to be that push for persons not to use it in a recreational way, it's the education behind it, right? You have to put the education in the sense that, okay, so Dianna could smoke it and she might smoke it and she's just fine smoking it.
Yeah.
Whereas I might smoke it and it may do damage to me. So just as with everything else, just as with alcohol, you push for minors not to consume alcohol, or you push for people, adults as well, not to consume too much alcohol. The same message has to be sent out there when it comes to recreational use. But as it stands, just about every corner, even coming to work on a morning, sometimes I inhale before coming. And I'm saying I inhale because I'm passing people who are smoking, all right? Not because I am smoking it myself, right? But that's the whole thing of it. So we do have to have this discussion, but I do have to recognize that St. Vincent and the Grenadines does not operate in a vacuum, even though we are a sovereign state, all right? But we are going to have to take this up again at around 8:45 because Doc will be here with us and he wants to just expand a bit more on it, all right? So for right now, we are going to end this as we have to get straight into today's